Hey everybody, this is Kyle Devitte from SportStop.com, lead stringer here at SportStop.com's online website. Today we have an Evo 4 and we're going to string this a little differently. We're going to string it the way that I like my own sticks. So we're going to do some tricks. We're going to do a whip nylon, we're going to do triangle top string, double U's, a cinch knot, all sorts of cool stuff. So stay tuned. Alright, so for the triangle top string, I like to fold down and use 9 diamonds. It's a lot easier to go uneven in the triangle top string and use the 4 holes and use the second string besides the one that secures it to the head to make a nice tight top. So we do the first part like we do any other head. I like to go and again use this technique in and out here to the top string, make the knot. Here, another knot, just in case. Pull it in. Okay, there's the top. Now that we have the side secured, bring it through to the first diamond. So we want to leave a diamond in between these. Pull this pretty tight, and we're only going to single. We're not going to double here, because with the triangle top string, doubling is pointless. So we're going to go here, skip a diamond, go in here, pull it tight, and we'll even it out once we finish the top. All right, so we've now secured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds out of the 9 in the triangle top string. Now we're going to do the second part of the triangle top string with another piece of sidewall, because again, sidewall, easier to manipulate, smaller, easier to get through the holes, and we're going to have to triple up on these top holes. So we took another piece here, we inserted it, just pulled it through here. I pulled it through the back, you can see here, right here, and slung it right underneath the plastic and right above the mesh. So we'll pull that tight as we can. And once we've done that, we want to take this piece again and go through the other side. So now we have the second part of the triangle. This is the tricky part. Take the same piece again, and you can see here that this diamond is not secured. So the way we secure it is we go in the fold right here of the diamond, and we go out the other side. So this is a lot easier to do when you're stringing your lap like most people. So now we've captured that diamond. So now that we have that diamond ready, we're going to secure it to the next hole the same way we did the first hole. So we're going to pull it up to the side a little bit. Make sure you're on the right side here. Pull this tight. This diamond will kind of just hang here for a little bit, but it'll get tighter once we whip it around. And again, we're going underneath that piece. Make sure you don't get caught right here and go through your own loop, because that'll mess everything up. And again, pulling tight. So this is rolled up. We're going to go through here again. And as you can see here, once we pull this tight, pulls the other piece of mesh real tight right here that we already secured, giving it even more security. Going back through the top. Make sure you're on the other side of that center sidewall piece and pull. And you can see super tight, super tight, super tight. All right, your finished triangle top string should look something like this, where your 3 intersecting diamonds are grabbed by the second string we string through, and it should look nice and symmetrical. And we'll move on to the next step, which is sidewalls. All right, so as you can see, the Evo 4 has a ton of string holes. That's great. This pocket works even better with lots of options. So we've taken this first sidewall and we put it through the same hole, which is the second hole down from the top, into the same hole as the second part of the triangle top string here. So I'm going to grab this diamond, which is technically the first diamond, even though it doesn't really seem like it. And you notice we had to double up over here, so I moved it. But we're going to go through and skip one hole right here. So 1, intersect, skip another hole, go here. And this is pretty crazy for some of you guys, but we're gonna do the knot next. All right, so as you can see, we only have 2 diamonds done. I'm gonna do something a little unusual here. I'm gonna take this part of the sidewall, skip another hole on the sidewall of the head, pull it in. I'm gonna go underneath this diamond. So we're kind of even here. And I'm gonna take this edge of the sidewall string, push it through here, and we're gonna have a little bit of a knot. I'm gonna pull it as tight as I can. See all this tension right here? This is gonna give way to a nice pocket up top. And we're really tight on the sides and the top, so all the pocket's gonna be in here. Now that we've pulled our knot, we're going to triple our next set of diamonds before we go back into the head. So over, over, over. I'm gonna skip 2 holes on the sidewall here. I'm gonna go inside. Now why am I going inside? Inside, when you pull it tight on a sidewall, makes it a lot easier to get the pocket deeper right where I want it. All right, so for the next hole, we're just gonna skip 1, go in, so over, under, pull it tight, over, under. We're gonna skip 2. It's actually nicer to have more diamonds higher and in the middle, and that's where the pocket's gonna be, especially on a Warrior head as opposed to an STX head. The STX heads usually push the pocket up just by the shape of the head. The Warrior pocket is a little flatter, a little easier to control with the string on the sidewall. So we're gonna skip 2. This will be our 8th diamond. Okay, and then we're just gonna finish with 9. All right, so after we're done with both sidewalls, this is what it should look like. Looks a little boaty, a little big here, but once we put the shooters in, you can see how tight this is on the side here. Can't even move it with my hands. But this has a nice little flare right there. And we'll use the shooting strings to kind of cut that, make it a nice channel, and it'll be all set to go. Just really quickly on the bottom string, you notice I've only grabbed a small piece with a little bit of top string. I actually usually use sidewall, but I thought the top string might be a little easier to show. So we left, I did it on the even row too, not the uneven row. So instead of the row right after the final diamond, I skipped 1. Gives it a little bit more give at the bottom, and it's not so much a bottom string pocket as it is an adjustable, once the mesh breaks in, way to make the pocket throw a little more accurately. All right, now we're gonna get into one of the other little tricks I like to use for my own sticks called a whip nylon. We're gonna put a nylon in through the first sidewall right here, and instead of intersecting any mesh, we're gonna bring it all the way through across the front of the mesh. And we're gonna get the back side right here. I like to even it out. So not really tight, not really too loose. But the next step is we're gonna go through this diamond, wrap it around the front of this diamond, come back through, and we're gonna loop all the way across. So like this. Make sure to avoid these little annoying pieces of mesh right here. Pull that and pull that. So that's what the first part of it looks like. Once we get to the other side, we can adjust the tightness by pulling on this, and also by going back through and little by little pulling it tight to the edges. When the whip nylon is done, you shouldn't see any spaces of white. So it should be all the way across, wrapped all the way to the edges. The next thing I do is I do a straight shooter right underneath it. So again, I like everything on the top of my sticks to be super, super tight. So when the ball's in the pocket, you barely need shooters, but shooters help. So we're just gonna do a straight one across, just weave, nothing crazy, and then we'll get to the next step. All right, we're almost done here. So one of the things I like to do when I string shooters is make them, first part you run through, a little bit shorter than the second part you're gonna weave over. It leaves a little space, a little time for error, and a lot more adjustment after the shooter's strung. So we're gonna string a minor U. So instead of 3 in to get a 4 across, we're going to go 2 in from here. And the best way to do that is to count over 1, 2, and then count the diagonals down to make it even. So I know that when I weave through, it's not going to be uneven when I get through to here. So we got 2 over. We're on this row even though this diamond's pushed all the way down. All right, we're on the last shooter. So this one's 6 across. I did it really lightly, so I don't pull too tight on the weave, and when I go back through, I'll actually loosen everything up in the center so the channel is more established, and pull things a little tighter towards the edge of the stick. So the way I know this is going to be 4 diamonds across is it's 1 diamond down from the evens. This was 6. This is going to be 4. It'll be 4 across. We're going to leave 1 whole space of diamonds in here for the uneven row, and we're going to be done. And it's going to be a perfect place for the ball to sit right under this shooter. As always, it's important to go back through and check your stick. I actually fixed this part up here when I was demoing the first part. Didn't pull it back through. So we fixed it before we finished it. Everything's good. As you can see, loose laces. Here with the ball. It's not a bag because, remember, bags are just for grocery stores. Cross pockets are personalized. And this is how I like to string my own pocket, how I like to play. And I like the ball to sit right here. And stay tuned to SportStop.com for more videos on the YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys next time.